now recording.
Hi.
Do we want it to record?
We're consummate professionals, Sean.
I'm not a recording engineer, so I don't know how you folks think.
I found a hair.
I'm sure it's mine.
Oh.
It's always mine.
So what brings us together tonight?
Together.
We're all together to have a podcast.
A cast of pods.
There are three of us.
There are. I guess we should.
Hastings.
Well, I guess we should all go around and introduce ourselves.
We all go around and introduce each other.
Yeah, that would.
That would help nobody.
That would help no one. I guess so. I guess we'll start with our recording engineer. Go with hit it.
Jonathan Sulzbach.
And give us a little. Who's Jonathan Sulzbach? Why do we care? I mean, what's
Well, I can't tell you why you care, but you can tell me why you care.
I care because you're my friend, and you've dug yourself into my heart in a way that few people have, and I can never get rid of you.
Wow.
They call me the shoveler.
He's the shoveler.
Sitting across from me is my lovely wife.
Erica Sulzbach. Hello.
Yes.
Yes. And I am both of their lovely wives.
Wow.
I am Sean Hastings.
And this concludes the podcast.
Yeah.
Good night.
Interesting
You
arrangement.
can't. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
So we've been in the habit of having movie and food outings and ventures for, over a year, 2 years?
2 years, several years. Well, no, when did you guys get married?
2015.
So, yeah.
October 4th.
So it was in 2014, 15. So yeah, it's been
Was it the
4
first
years.
year that we did something together as a group?
Yeah. Well, that's when we went and saw.
So that was the three of us.
Well, no, actually, we went and saw Fantastic Four before you guys got married.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And Andrew, you hadn't met Andrew yet.
No, I met Andrew at your wedding.
That's right. Okay.
Who we're hopefully in future going to have a fourth member to this little quadratic equation that we're trying to make, and it's our friend Andrew Helzendeger, who was held up with at gunpoint by other opportunities that he had to do today that he could not join us, but in future.
So occasionally we'll refer to him, and then there'll be silence.
Yeah, there will be a staggered, sad silence as we weep silently for
we
his
could
loss.
put some sad violin into the podcast later.
The world's smallest
violin. But yeah, that's us.
So
We're letting you nice people out there in podcast land listen in and be a fly on the wall in one of our many varied and interesting conversations.
a fly on the wall. Never mind. I won't go there.
A fly in the ointment.
I was going to say the outhouse, but
Well, okay.
Ew.
that's a great podcasting. The outhouse.
The podcasting, the outhouse. A podcast about the outside.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess this...
So we don't know what this podcast is about yet, but we thought we'd try to review 2019 as a starter.
Yeah, just see what's happened in the year.
What we can remember. Today is December 7th, so we've only got a few weeks before this year is done.
So, to all of you veterans out there, a solemn Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day.
Oh, wow.
Do you think there are any folks still around?
Not many. There aren't many. In fact, I think there are still some veterans of the attack on Pearl Harbor still alive. I'm not entirely sure. But it was this day in 1941 on a Sunday.
Well, tomorrow's Sunday. So
Yeah. Speaking of, a film that I have just recently saw is the remake of the John Sturges classic Midway.
Oh, I saw a picture of that.
I went and saw that. The original Midway is one of my favorite films with Charlton Heston. It's got an all-star cast. Charlton Heston, Glenn Ford is in it. I just kicked the mic stand, so if that's the large rumbling sound that our audience just heard that you guys didn't. And then explosion. So I was a little dubious about this remake, and I went and saw it, and it's not bad, except it's 3.5 movies in a single film. They deal with Pearl Harbor, then they deal with the Battle of Coral Sea, which happened immediately afterward. Then they deal... No. Sorry. Let me rewind that. They deal with Pearl Harbor. Then they deal with James Doolittle's bombing raid on Tokyo. Then they deal with the Battle of Coral Sea. And finally, at the end, we get to the Battle of Midway, which is the last fourth of the film.
How long is that movie?
It's pretty long. I mean, they deal with them all, but they don't deal with them long enough to give them, I think, the gravitas that each battle... Because the Battle of Coral Sea was a major... We kind of lost... That one, we didn't lose it, but we lost to quote Admiral Nimitz, we can't trade the Japanese carrier for carrier, and that's what happened in Coral Sea.
Battleship, you know.
No, it's in Battleship. The one advantage we had is we could build more aircraft carriers than the Japanese couldn't, and that's
Got more land.
yeah, we had more money, and that's I mean, you know. To quote Admiral Yamamoto, the American industrial might is awesome. What we have done is awakened a sleeping giant. And next.
Maybe we should work our way back from present day, because I can't remember what happened in January. But if we work month by month backward, maybe we'll remember things.
Well,
Maybe.
maybe. Oh,
What was that?
Sorry.
Look out!
I don't know what that was.
It's Klingons.
I got this new Garmin watch thing, and I pressed something, and it screamed at me, and I'll figure it out later.
What does it scream?
Is it an alarm?
Let's see. So it shows a phone with a question mark.
Okay, that needs to stop.
Okay.
Wow! No! I like it! Ah!
What do I do? I don't know what
Oh, this is...
Can you hit the mute on the side of the phone, please?
There we go.
There was no mute button. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry.
No.
Wow.
That was a find phone alert button.
There we go. Oh, cool. Oh, I
I-
see. Oh, that's kind of cool. So you can find the phone with
Right
your...
there.
Right.
Well,
I
yes.
didn't know what that was.
Yes.
So now I do.
Yes, John, we're aware. However, that's interesting to know.
To our listening
I'm
audience.
sorry.
They're fine.
I couldn't figure it out. I just got this at 5 a.m. this morning.
Oh,
It
you
came-
did?
it came
Was
to
that
the
a new
door.
one? Oh, I
Yeah.
guess it is. Yeah, it doesn't have the... Oh, wow.
Yeah, it came to the door this morning.
That's pretty.
It's the color of strawberry yogurt.
Yeah, it is. I was
growing
thinking
on me.
I was thinking
I
it's...
don't know.
Well,
We'll have
it's
to have it
grafting,
surgically
it's
removed.
grafting itself to your wrist.
We'll always take the literal impression.
We will. Oh, always. It's kind of a purple...
Is that a moose? Is that a
purple
reindeer?
pink?
On the
Yeah, it's a reindeer.
Because it's Christmas time.
It's Christmas time.
All right,
So I'm sorry, everybody. I'm
Oh!
sorry.
All right, let's back up to November
November.
for Thanksgiving.
Okay. What how... you guys had a cool Thanksgiving, I seem to
We
remember.
had Erica's family over here.
There you go.
4 of... How many are there? 7?
Yes, and the first thing they do
Well,
every
five
time is
of
wreck
7.
the bathroom.
Well,
Look at
they,
folks might be listening to this.
they
We don't
drove...
want-
they drove a long way.
You can edit that part out.
It's a long way from place where
Okay,
they live.
track
back.
backward.
By wreck, we mean they put it to good use.
Yes.
They thoroughly put the porcelain through the paces.
Well, it's a long trip from where they live to where you live.
I love them. I do.
Oh, of course.
So
And we got a gingerbread house out
I
of it.
will happily wreck their bathroom.
But it wasn't
when I go
gingerbread.
there.
That's what we did a few nights ago. We made that non-gingerbread house.
Non-ginger
Oh, we have a
gingerbread.
video clip of that. We'll put that video clip in this
Oh, good.
podcast. So if you want to see what you are hearing, you can do that.
Well, no, because he was throwing the box away when I pulled up today to visit, and you showed me the picture of the thing, and you said it didn't taste as good as it looked, and didn't look as good as it tasted. So it was this weird Mobius loop of disappointment and languor.
Yes, he smashed it, John. That is with a fist.
Really?
Yeah, I made a knuckle sandwich.
Yeah.
Did it bothered you that much?
Well, no, she said you want to destroy it, and I said okay, and then I did.
I didn't expect it. She's, doing the 90-degree angle toward the ground and.
Well, please tell me this is captured on
yeah,
videos.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this I have to see.
We'll cut it in with
Oh, please.
the podcast.
Okay, absolutely.
The visual component on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Or
We
Facebook.
gotta have
wherever
it
it is.
We were very pleased with ourselves.
More pleased,
We
with,
were, yeah.
more pleased with the destruction than the construction.
Sure.
Yes.
It was fun.
It was very fun.
I
I
had a
loved
good
it.
memory.
Yes, we did.
Of course. The only thing I can say about my Thanksgiving is that it was absolutely carbohydrate free.
Right. Elaborate on
That's
how you can have a
amazing.
carb-free
Well,
Christmas.
it is. Mom is, like I say, Mom is this weird. She's like a replicator. If it's possible for it to come out in its confection, she can make it materialize. No, because we had, like I say, stuffing made from, what's that? Almond flour, and we had these. I
Beans
can't.
and stuff.
I can't think of the name of the sweetener. It ends with atol, so I'm just going to say phenobarbital. It's
Erythritol.
erythritol. Thank
Is
you.
it made from monk fruit by chance?
I don't know. It is.
Monk
It is.
fruit extract.
It is fermented fruit. That's all Mom can tell me about it. And I
It's clandestine information.
yeah, it's probably something from Bolivia that's
here's
illegal.
An interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
So, because you didn't have any carbs for Thanksgiving, did you have the crash? Because people think that it's the tryptophan and the turkey that makes you feel really tired, but it's not. It's the carb overload.
No, you are absolutely correct. We didn't, and we I mean, the stuff was good. Mom, like I said, a little bit of dirt and a little bit of manure. So put some icing on it, and you'll throw it back if she makes it. It's good. I'm no kidding.
You're saying that Mom makes garbage?
So no carb crash.
No carb crash. Yeah, and that's right. I never even thought about it until you mentioned it. No, packed that stuff away. I had 2 and 3 helpings of stuff, and then she made this corn. And of course, the corn is carbohydrate, so she made this kind of corn casserole with this cornbread made from that almond flour meal. Yeah.
Almond,
oh my goodness, it was like Homer Simpson would say, and we just crammed. But yeah, we didn't. It was over. We just sort of, okay, well, that's. We all felt really good afterwards, as a matter of fact. But yeah, the carb crash. I never even thought about that.
So for our Thanksgiving, we didn't make the turkey, but we had pretty much everything else here how did we divide it up? We bought the pie, so nobody gets credit for the pie.
Yeah,
no one gets credit for the pie.
So they brought the stuffing. They did the turkey, so they brought the stuffing to make here, the turkey. They brought the corn, the cranberry sauce, and the rolls.
You made the Rice Krispie treats that everybody devoured.
And then we made everything else.
Rice Krispie treats.
No, but I think it was about half and half when you really think about it. So they did the turkey and the big stuff, and then we made the Rice Krispie treats. We did the mashed potatoes, which I did for the first time. We did the sweet potatoes.
We discovered that our stove superheats.
Oh, does it?
Oh, no. Yeah. That was fun.
And what would you put it on cleaning or something to cook the turkey? What?
So, our stove top overheats.
Oh, it does?
Or it gets really hot really fast, and it stays that way unless you crank it down. So, anyway, Eric and I were both in the kitchen Thursday morning, and we had prepped the potatoes the night before. I had peeled the potatoes and kept them in fresh water overnight, and they stayed nice and bright.
Right.
Anyway, I cut them up. We stuck them in the pot of non-boiling water. I went to go take out the trash. Yeah. She went to the restroom. I came back, and it was bubbling and boiling over.
Oh,
there was water over the entire surface of the stovetop. And I said, Erica! And she couldn't hear me because she had the fan on in the bathroom.
What?
I had left it, and it looked innocent because there was no activity in that pot for like 15 minutes.
Right.
And then suddenly, just in the 2 minutes he's gone, and then I'm in the bathroom, it decides to overflow everywhere. And not only that, but the starch from the potatoes.
Oh, yeah, started burning the starch on the stove.
Overflowed.
Starch
and just
water.
It's one of those induction cooktops, and so you've just got a ring of burnt starch, and it's just horrendous.
Sounds like an album title, A Ring of Burnt Starch.
Then my mom proceeds to do the same thing as she's making
It was the gravy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And gravy's worse.
Because of all the fat content.
Yeah. It's just like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's okay, we did that this morning.
Well, sure.
Yeah,
now, doesn't that
burner,
won't that not happen if you boil them in salt water?
I've never heard of. Well, we put salt in the water.
Oh, did you?
It was
salty. Okay.
Well, my salt water doesn't
boil.
boil.
My salt water. Well, I don't know because my mom used to.
The lid was on though.
Oh, was it?
It was invented.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Now the full story happens, and you can call off the forensic dogs. We figured it out.
So yeah, unattended boiling potatoes.
Unattended boiling water.
Yeah. So
my mom. And this is my actual mother that I grew up with back in Texas. She would make, when she would boil potatoes for like mashed potatoes, she would boil them in something that was akin to brine. Ooh. I mean, she dumped salt. So when when these things were mashed, they were intrinsically at a salty flavor. Nobody had the salt.
A potato chip mash?
Of course, sort of. Yeah, it had kind of this potato. My mom's mashed potatoes were. My mom was kind of hit or miss. The stuff my mom made, it was either ambrosia or shoe leather. There was never.
Oh, wow.
There was not. I thought for my young life, I thought I hated cornbread. No, my mom couldn't make it.
Didn't care for the way.
And then I found real cornbread. I thought, this stuff's amazing.
Well, I used to loathe meatloaf like nobody's business. And then one day I had some other meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
Oh, I like this.
Oh, boy. I was the same way with roast. When my mom made a pot roast, my mom was paranoid about... Before she never even heard the word, but she was paranoid about E. coli. She was paranoid about if you don't cook it all the way through, you're going to get something from it. You don't eat bad meat.
So she puts it to 300 degrees.
You could literally, you could put a little ingot of lead next to it, and when the lead melts through the thing, it's ready. Pull it out. God, it was dry. Oh my God! And she made gravy and just slaughtered. My dad would eat it. Well, my dad had false teeth; he could chew nails. But it was horrible. But then for dessert, my mom made banana pudding, and for some reason, my mom's banana pudding had crack in it because I could literally. I mean, they had to stop me. They say, "You've had enough. Don't eat. Leave some for everybody else." No, I don't want this, Mom. I want this stuff. That's not how I talked as a kid, and that's not how my mom talked either. So if any of my relatives hear this, they're going to go, "Aunt Judy didn't talk like that." That was my mom's nickname. My mom's name was actually Jewel, but the family called her Judy. And every time I would ask them why, Aunt Marie, why do you call my mom Judy? Oh, because your Aunt Laura does. Okay, Aunt Laura, why do you call Mom Judy? Oh, because your Aunt Marie does.
Seems like a pretty good reason.
Okay.
This is the way it's always been. Don't question it.
Yeah, they just called her Judy. So that's what when my dad went off to World War II, he named his truck Judy.
Aww.
It was. In fact, there's a picture of him where he's sitting on the hood. Judy's written on the front of it.
Brought his Judy with him.
They brought Judy with him. That's before they got married, too. They got married after the war. But before they went, they danced to Moonlight Serenade, so that was kind of their song. So now I learned how to play it on clarinet. Posthumously, though. They're both gone now, so they never got to hear it. But
I'm sure they would have loved it.
I think they would have. My dad was just pleased to have a musician in the family. His prior 2 children couldn't carry a tune in a slop bucket. But that's for another day.
We'll talk about slop buckets in the future.
And we'll talk about slop buckets.
I'm trying to think back.
Back through the year. Okay,
is that everything interesting? And
I think we've plumbed
the depths of November.
The depths of it. I guess let's go back to Halloween. What happened in it? You guys do anything for Halloween?
Oh boy, my nephew Gideon was supposed to come over. I don't know if it was a Halloween. I think Halloween was on a Thursday or something, but he was supposed to come over the last Wednesday. Saturday of Wednesday. Or maybe we're in December now. I'm getting confused. October. He was supposed to come over in October, and then I caught the flu.
Oh yeah.
We were supposed to do something with you and Andrew.
Right, and you got sick. I remember. Yeah, I remember you talking about it. I never saw any of it, but.
Well, I looked okay. Well, I think I looked okay.
You looked fine.
I was in bed for about a week.
He was dead.
I got up occasionally to just corpse my way through the apartment.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Did you end up catching this?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's lucky.
Stalwart and true all the way.
I don't really get. I have other chronic illness problems.
I have other problems. But I'm not going to catch the flu.
I don't tend to catch colds or the flu.
It takes something powerful to knock her out.
So you've got a Ferengi-like immune system.
Whatever. But he wanted chili, crock-pot chili, bad, and cornbread.
It was the first time we made our own chili together.
So I get around to making it for him.
What a milestone.
And he can't even taste it. So
But it had wonderful texture.
It feels very good. I like the thrill of a tongue.
I like it a lot.
Texture matters a lot to John, because if he doesn't like the texture, he ain't eating it.
Well,
so it tells me that I did a good job.
Texture is 30% of eating. Texture, taste, and aroma.
Feel.
And look, yeah. Mouth feels. Another album title. Air Supply's.
Songs you should never listen to by yourself.
Air Supply's new album, Mouth Feels.
Wow.
I had a chance to make it for him when he was better, and he liked it. So I know it wasn't,
it wasn't a fluke.
A floating dumpster fire.
A floating dumpster fire.
Which is oddly specific.
It wasn't the Erie Canal caught on fire. Yeah.
That was fantastic. See, what else happened in October? Did we end up... Was it October when we all 4 of us went to IKEA for that one day? We were supposed to...
Was it? No, I think it was in November when we did that, I think. That was only a couple of weeks ago. It was before Thanksgiving. Not too far.
Yeah, we went to go get that chair.
Yeah.
But we weren't in this apartment yet, were we?
No.
That
was the last time I saw your other apartment. And if I'd have known, I would have taken pictures.
So we went shopping for furniture in an apartment we didn't have yet?
No, that doesn't make any sense. We were here. That makes no sense at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm as lost as you are.
So we were here. Okay, so what happened is we didn't have a chance for them to come here.
So we were here, but we decided to meet up for breakfast.
Yes.
And then went back to your place.
Yes, so that was already...
We didn't invite them to our new place?
Well,
not yet. I don't know what was going on. I don't know.
It's okay. Our feelings weren't hurt. You guys had to get stuff ready. We're fine.
It just seems odd.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Nothing here was ready yet. We weren't ready for company yet.
Guys, that's fine.
Maybe we
They don't love me. They didn't invite me over to their house. It's okay. I'm fine. Let me have some coffee. Oh.
Backtracking is harder than looking to the future.
It really
sometimes.
is. It really is.
I
'cause
have photos from everything, so I can tell you
It's
the
all
date,
right.
the exact time.
We should put photos up as the visual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'm serious.
Well, I that's the first time I'd been to the new IKEA because recently, for all of you not living in Washington State, our IKEA was in a lot and they had a big parking lot. Well, instead of revamping it, they built a new IKEA in the parking lot and then turned the old IKEA building into the new parking lot. And I'd never been to the new one.
And I didn't realize that.
No, I had not, because when I was in college, I had to go to the old one to buy. I told you about that figure, so I could go to art class and stuff. But I hadn't been there. I'd never been in it, so I kind of enjoyed just wandering through it. Although my legs were killing me at the end of the day, and I bought too much, and I bought a lot of damn food that I shouldn't have because I'm stupid.
It wasn't a la carte, or it was a la carte.
No, it wasn't a la carte.
It was a la carte. They don't have a la
I
carte.
wanted, basically, I just wanted some meatballs and some salmon. And I went up to the nice lady behind the counter with a hairnet, and I said, ma'am, I'd like some meatballs and I'd like some salmon. And she throws some meatballs on the thing and hands it off to somebody. And I go, well, I'll just, okay. And then she slams the thing and hands it off to somebody else. I'm like, well, okay.
Is that mine? Is that my
And then I go to the end of the counter and they're handed to me and each one's got couscous on it and the other one's got green beans. I'm like, what? And so I set it on the thing and got this bewildered look on my face and tracked over to you guys going, what happened?
Yep.
And they didn't know either, and so I paid for it. It was like, good grief, it was like $18. And we'd already eaten breakfast.
Yeah, we did. It was a large breakfast.
Like less than like an hour or so before.
Now I remember the context of meeting that day. We decided we just moved. We've got the stamina for breakfast. Would you guys want to meet us for breakfast and just call it a day?
Yeah.
Right,
And then we said, we're going to go to IKEA. You guys want to come with us? If you wanted to.
Yeah.
And that turned into our event, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went to their house and we watched Planet of the Apes.
Right, because we were talking...
Did we?
Yeah, and
that's
let
right.
the
We're talking
record
about-
show. This is November 2nd, Saturday, November 2nd.
Oh,
it is
there we go.
October.
Erica the archivist.
Well, a week before that, which was October 27th, we went. You and me went on a Sunday. So we went 3 weeks in a row to IKEA.
I remember.
Oh, wow.
Many trips to IKEA and
And
many
that-
meatballs later.
That's where we got Spike.
Spike is a gray rhinoceros.
We can show that
Let the
picture,
record
too.
show that here is John, looking very handsome. with Spike.
very handsome.
We'll have to run that photo, too, and see if it...
Hello.
Oh, it's my
John
head
with a
looks-
rhinoceros.
My head looks a little warped.
It's the lens. It's
And
the
the
lens.
egghead there.
It's the lens.
How do you do a rhinoceros? Hello there. I'm the rhinoceros. This is my friend John.
That's exactly it.
They bought me and took me home. I live with them now.
Whatever pictures you pull up there, we should have posted those in the video, too.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I took
Including
some
the pictures that
very
we took.
handsome
Oh,
photos.
there he is. Ladies and gentlemen,
Very
the power and the
handsome.
glory that is Jonathan Solzbach.
And that little bit of hair in the front there.
Dude,
Aw.
that's only intelligent people lose their hair.
Oh,
it's-
we must be
it's
a
because-
group of really smart people.
It's because it's electrolysis. The electrolysis of your brain waves causes hair follicles to die.
Okay.
That is Charles Xavier. Do I
There
have
you
to
go.
say any more? Jean-Luc Picard. My
Excellent.
case is rested.
Played by the same actor in
look,
both occasions.
That's just John. You're just
Bye.
Okay, well I can't agree because
John.
I'd be
You
patting
are
myself on the back.
John. You're just
Cute.
This reminds me of that
And
face
then
swap app
he took a
thing.
picture of me and it
Oh,
made
do
me
you
look really
remember that?
weird. I think it looked very strange.
I got a
look-
better picture of you.
You look just pixie-like. You were just so adorable. You
Well,
are!
It just makes me look old. I feel old. In
But
this
you
one.
want to look older. You're tired of looking 16. First of all, you don't want to look 16.
I am 30, almost 31 years of age.
Yeah, see, no, that's...
Well, that takes us into September when I had my birthday of 35?
Birthday of
Yes, you were 35.
My birthday of 35.
35. Wow, you're old.
I know, my brother.
That means you were born in, what, 1984 or something?
Yeah,
like
he's
that?
Yeah.
34.
And,
The only reason I can remember that is because 1984 was one of my favorite years of the 80s. And here's why, because little did I know, this 14-year-old kid, one of his best friends, was being born up in Washington State while he was walking to go see Star Trek 3.
being made,
Being made
probably.
by Mr. and Mrs. Sullivan. And
never
that's
asked
as
my
far as we're going to take that little subject.
I've never asked for any details.
John's parents are very nice people.
But somebody made me.
But somebody did. It was them, but we did. Like, again, it's, they're very nice people.
Yeah, and my brother just 2 days ago turned 28. I still haven't wished him a happy birthday, so
Daniel?
if you're listening, happy birthday.
Dan, happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday!
And you had a birthday earlier this year.
I did, May the 29th.
Okay, well, we haven't got to May.
Okay, we'll get back to May.
I'm pretty sure I put your birthday in my phone.
Did you?
But I don't know if that's true. Where's my phone?
Your phone is back there.
All right, so anything else notable happened in September?
I don't think so.
No, but
was trying
October
to-
I got my face burned off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We'll talk about that. It was
I don't know.
one of the weekends we
Oh,
postponed because your
Oh,
face
yeah,
was...
right, because your
looked like it's been
thing. Because of that.
irradiated or
Yeah,
something.
oh,
yeah.
that's...
Yeah, I mean, I have these photos of my face. What happened is that my skin was coming off in sheets. That they
I
do this
remember that.
chemical peel thing.
Dead.
They put acid on your face. They let it sit there for like a minute and a half, and then they neutralize it.
Do you know what kind of acid it was? Was it like hydrochloric or...
No.
Well, no, I know. It was probably...
I don't know.
Now, was it acidic or could it have been an alkali? Could it have been like sodium hydroxide?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a base. It was.
Okay,
It was,
definitely
it was
an
an
acid.
alcohol. It was an acid. And so the idea is to injure the skin so that you peel. And
Right.
now Elsa, dear Elsa, she said that she loved this new peel that she was giving me because it came off in little flecks.
Like snowflakes?
Yeah, like little.
Sorry.
No flex.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck's.
But it did not do what she said.
No, that was-
Instead, I started shedding like a snake, and
So it kind of became like psoriasis, sort of?
it just was coming off in sheets. It
Oh
was
my.
kind of like peeling from my nose area backward
Oh, wow.
toward my ears.
Couldn't keep that skin. You had to let it go.
No,
Well, it was bad.
no more.
No,
He's talking about
no more puns.
Frozen.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Well, you
Yeah.
met Elsa this evening.
I met Elsa this evening. Oh my gosh, she was delightful. We went to a parade in the town that they live in. 'Cause we're not giving this stuff out. And we went to a nice parade, and there's this donut shop that's down there. What's it called again?
Frost.
Frost Donuts.
And that might give away our
that
location,
might give it,
but that's okay.
That's all right. No, you don't.
There's more than one Frost.
More than one Frost Donuts, and this is of course the
No,
one in
there isn't.
Peoria.
Oh,
Okay,
Erica's
well,
saying no. Okay.
never mind. It's fine. It's cool. But they had this Elsa woman playing that is Elsa, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because the poor woman, we lied to her. John actually lied to her to
I
keep
did the lying.
to keep me from saving face. But she was delightful, and she was in the character, and she was very nice to us. She said, "Would you like to meet me?" And I, of course,
Who says something like that?
and I, of course,
Hello, I'm John. Would you like to meet me?
would you like to meet me? Of course, I kept referring to her as Your Majesty because she was just wonderful. I loved her character, and I liked kind of the character in her play. I kissed her hand, and
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
I kissed her hand.
goodness!
It was charming.
It's how I roll, bro.
Wow.
Pete,
I was
me-
standing right there and I didn't even notice
Me and
that.
Peter Cushing, we are from another age,
I was
my
trying to
friend,
think of-
another
I
time.
was trying to think of puns, and that's probably why. I
But
didn't
right,
know.
yeah, you're punning and you can't concentrate anyway. But yeah, she was just delightful, and we of course got there, and then of course the toilet flushed, and everybody and their kids showed up.
I like how you refer to children
Yeah.
and toilet.
Well, no, I just in the quantity and in the way they came in, because they just came washing through the door, and I just looked over at that poor girl, and I thought she has got a long night ahead of her. I mean, it was lovely. She's very good at her job. But anyway, okay, that was a tangent. Okay,
That's okay. I took us on that tangent.
That's okay. So
All right, working backwards.
Well, I did want to say there's something I did on Halloween for October that I
okay.
forgot that I need to mention.
Completely forgot about Halloween.
We're seeing visuals of boxes.
this was when we moved in October.
Oh wow,
Which apartment
is that this house?
This one.
Oh,
I
man.
was, pushed into the corner.
Oh yeah, so October was
Painted
our
into a
move.
corner, boxed into
Boxed
a
into a
corner.
corner, so they're going to see this, right? I don't have to
Oh, yeah.
go into a diatribe
Yeah.
about lots of U-Haul boxes. All right.
No, I have all these photos all backed up.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
So that was not fun.
Wow.
But I did something on Halloween that
Yeah, we should
I
show
don't-
these photos.
Yeah, you really should. That's kind of nobody.
We'll just get cake. So Halloween, just keep.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. No. I know. I'm interested.
Did you
I'm
dress
always.
up?
I'm always interested in what other people have to say because I
Did you
I
wear
already
a
know
costume?
everything. No.
You already know everything?
I already know everything that happened to me, so it's just kind of rehashing old
I
stuff.
already know everything.
I already know that it happened to me, but we had a tradition back when I used to live in a small West Texas prairie town called Abilene, and Abilene has a historic Paramount theater. It's one that the Paramount company built that back when the studios owned the theaters. And for Halloween, because Abilene's a bit of a conservative town, there was nothing... For Halloween, they would show nothing gross or bloody. They would, show...
Charlie Brown Christmas.
No. They showed... It's a film from 1979 called The Changeling and it's with George C. Scott.
That sounds familiar.
Melvin Douglas. It was directed by Peter Medak. And they showed it every Halloween. So that was kind of our tradition. We go see it. It's a fabulous movie. It is the first movie probably in 15 years when I saw it that actually scared me. I was because it's a ghost story. There's no blood or guts in it, and it is. But the story's amazing. I want to next Halloween time. I want us all to get together and watch it because
we've been saying time and time again we're going to watch all those Universal monster movies around October. And it's never happens.
Never happens, but we will. But we watched The Changeling, and of course I own a copy of it. So it was Halloween was in the middle of the week, I guess, wasn't it?
I can't
it was
remember.
Thursday.
So what I do, since I don't do Halloween anymore, and I'm too old for that sort of thing, since I don't have a life and go do anything, I get a pizza and I go into my room and hopefully
This is sounding so sad.
hopefully there's somebody. It is and it isn't. I mean,
the pizza all by myself.
I ate the pizza all by myself. I hope one day someone will come watch the movie with me, but if they don't, it's actually not bad because I order the pizza, I get the drinks, and I sit down.
Do you eat the pizza?
It's not a big pizza. It's Domino's has their large 3-topping for $7.
This is not a product placement for Domino's.
Not a sponsor. But that's what I did. I watched The Changeling because I like to do that every Halloween. And hopefully one day we'll all do a Halloween thing and I'll show you. Because it's a great movie. And it's George C. Scott is, in rare form in it. Melvin Douglas is in it. John Colicos, for all you Battlestar Galactica fans, he's in it. But it's just this really neat ghost story. And it takes place in Seattle.
I remember reading about that.
Great movie. But that's what I did on Halloween.
So I haven't dressed up for Halloween in ages.
Oh, me neither.
But every year I think about it, and I think about, along with cosplay, but I think Halloween's one giant cosplay.
It is.
If I was to dress up, what would I dress up? What would I wear? It would have to be Doctor Who.
Well, I have that problem myself. I always... But the problem is, all the things I want to dress up as, all of my heroes are skinny, and I'm not. I couldn't wear a Next Generation spandex suit because, let's face it, nobody in the Next Generation looks like this.
Barely anybody could pull that look off.
They would like, oh. And I want to play Sherlock Holmes. He's one of my heroes, but he's the skinny one, so I've got to play Watson. But it's okay. I don't mind. Watson's cool again, so I don't mind.
When it comes to cosplay, you can stretch the boundaries of physical form and just focus on the costume. If people recognize that, they don't have to fit the mold.
No, but...
That's the whole idea of cosplay, is that anybody can be anybody.
True, but John, I'm a filmmaker. Or at least I was a filmmaker. And if I don't look good, I can't do it. I can't play... I could play maybe Patrick Troughton. I could play Patrick Troughton because he was he wasn't fat, but I could hide it in that suit. I could not play Tom Baker. I could not play John Burley. I do not like green eggs and ham. No,
but the whole idea of cosplay is no matter what you look like, you can assume the identity of this character.
Absolutely, and that's for people who have a higher self-image than I do. These are for no. I take that back. No, these are for people who are more well-adjusted than I am, who enjoy it for its own sake.
Well, there are some professional cosplayers who look like dead ringers for the characters, but that's not common cosplay.
No, but I'm enough of a purist that I couldn't, unless I looked...
Well, today we saw the tallest Jawa of my life walking down in the parade.
Oh, and it's great. And
I didn't even know it was a Jawa until you pointed it out.
And the Elsa we saw today, she was beautiful. Very full-figured, very healthy-looking woman. Where the character who plays her
is a
stick.
Is a stick.
Yeah. No, I found her Elsa prettier than the one in the...
Yes.
And more
true to life.
Well, I would have told her that, but I didn't want to come off as creepy.
Women need some meat on their bones,
They do.
which I have acquired. So
there you go.
I have a status now, so my husband tells me.
Yes.
What?
Well,
I too used to be a rail.
That's true.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, what would you cosplay as, Miss Erica?
I don't know, because...
If you wanted to do the Doctor Who theme, you could go as Osgood.
I don't want to be Osgood.
Why not? It's an easy costume. Just you, Howard, got the ponytail, wear some glasses and a scarf.
Okay, fine, maybe Osgood.
Get yourself an asthma inhaler.
Yeah. Well,
I could do, I guess. So, but,
honestly, if you want... See, the problem with doing companions is companions dress very fashionably. So if you say wanted to do Clara... all you'd have to do is put together her outfit, and you would just look cool. You'd look like a very well dressed, just regular person. People would have to recognize it as, oh, you're Clara.
It would need the short hair and the nose.
Sure,
A
little bit of a
wear a prosthetic nose.
Well,
you don't have to go into that.
Little turn to her nose.
Now, I did see somebody cosplayed Sarah Jane Smith from the Tom Baker era, where she wore these white and red striped overalls and a red shirt. That was very, you're Sarah, because that's it leaps out at you kind of a deal.
I've got this one shirt that's brown and blue stripes, and it always makes me think of Tennant's suit, but I don't think I could pull off a Tennant. I might be able to do a Capaldi. I've got the narrower jaw.
I think I could do a Tennant.
I had to shave.
I think you could.
I can't do a decent Tennant voice.
Well, you don't have to do the voice. You just have to look like him.
Okay, well, what are the boundaries for cosplay? Because now you're saying I don't have to do the voice, but I have to have the body.
Well, that's just
come
me.
on. Let's lay some
look,
ground rules
okay,
here, buddy.
There are ground rules, but these
but
ground
they don't
rules,
apply to Sean.
No, they do. They apply to me and me only.
Exactly.
They don't apply to you guys. You guys can do it and have fun. I've got a stick up my butt, and I can't enjoy it unless I look good, which is a problem. I have a psychological disorder. The rest of you are enjoying life, and I'm sitting over here going, I don't look like anybody I want to play.
All right. Okay.
And another one's the Phantom of the Opera. I have always wanted to. The Phantom of the Opera is one of my favorite literary characters, and especially after Michael Crawford. I've always wanted to dress like it because I bought one. I even bought the mask, the little half mask, and I put it on. I taped it to my face, and I got a black shirt, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I went, oh, I don't look like him at all. So I couldn't do it.
Aww.
Sad.
This is where imagination comes in.
I know, but it's okay. Let me ask you this: if the Phantom of the Opera movie came out, and what's a good example? Charles Laughton played the Phantom. Would you believe it?
I don't know who Charles Laughton is, and I've never seen Phantom of the Opera, so this comparison doesn't work for me.
Okay, Charles Laughton play. He was the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Which.
The new one, yeah. The old one was Lon Chaney. This was Hunchback was the one where we had it was this one in sound. The black and white one in at least I think the other one might have been black and white. The one without sound is Lon Chaney. The one with sound is Charles Laughton. He's a brilliant actor.
I've seen that one. It's still an old time movie.
Yeah, oh yeah, compared to us anyway. In fact, a very nice person once called me the Charles Laughton of Abilene, Texas.
Was that an insult?
No, it's because he was complimenting my performance on stage. I took it as a very, thank you very much, as Charles Laughton would say.
So,
married to Elsa Lanchester, by the way. Anyway,
Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
If you could cosplay as anybody, irregardless of your shape and form.
Irregardless isn't a word.
It is now.
It is now.
It is without respect or regard.
Respect or regard.
I had this conversation a long time ago.
I like that. Okay, I hereby adopt it as a word. Okay, next.
All words are made up, Sean.
They are.
Including irregardless.
Including the word Zallerquad, but that's for another day.
So, assuming you could role play or cosplay as anybody, who would you ideally cosplay as?
Ideally?
I've got it shown to be silent. No.
You know who I would cosplay as? And you guys are going to look at me funny. The people on the outside aren't have any idea what I'm talking about unless you went to school with me. I would cosplay as Father Miles Halifax.
Okay.
You know why?
Because you created the character.
I am Father Miles Halifax.
All right. I should have seen that coming.
I didn't either until you asked me. I thought, who would I? And I thought, well, I have cosplayed. I've played Halifax many, many times.
Yeah.
And I would enjoy it. But to answer in the spirit of your question, I'd want to be one of the doctors.
That's what I thought. That's what I was trying to get you to.
Yeah, okay. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I apologize for being obtuse. Well, willfully obtuse.
Apology accepted, Captain Nita. Is it Captain Nita?
Yeah, Captain Nita.
Okay.
No, it's because Admiral Ozzel just died. Is Captain Nita that said, I shall apologize to Lord Vader myself. Yeah, bad idea. You should get in that TIE fighter and scram! You need to get out of here. You need to go to Mos Eisley, find a cantina. There's a booth with a big blaster hole in the side. Just sit there and be quiet. Or keep ordering drinks and putting it on the Empire. Anyway, sorry. Next.
I don't know if I want to open this can of worms, but it's related to Star Wars. And that scene that you just referenced.
Oh, no.
Okay, we'll skip that.
We're
Anyway.
not gonna. Yeah,
We won't go there.
Oh no.
There's not enough time in the day.
No, that'll get its own podcast one day.
All right, did we do anything fun during the summer as a group? Did we go anywhere? Did we do anything?
Isn't that when we went into downtown place where we live and. We can say downtown Seattle.
I have all the photos. I can go back.
Oh, good. Yeah, tell us when it was.
Look in our time stream.
Right. We went into large metropolitan area in which we live close to. Or can we say it? We can go ahead and tell people where we live.
Sure.
We all live on the invariant outskirts of the sprawling metropolis of Seattle, Washington.
I figure if anybody listens to this, they care about us.
They do.
I think that was last year.
Probably already know where we
No,
live.
surely not.
I think that was.
That's when I bought those hideously expensive pot pies. No, they were meat pies, and I thought, ooh, I'm going to be old British and get a pot pie. And
Was
they were
that
like
this year?
$8 a pie. Yeah, that had to be this year.
That must have been earlier in the year because it was cold.
Yeah, I think that was October of last year.
Was it? No, wait.
October,
Okay, well,
September.
that's completely-
Say it ain't so, Erica.
Completely
Say it
off
ain't so.
Hold on. Well, I'm thinking this because I had just been upped my thyroid medication.
Oh.
So.
I can't remember anything else notable happening this year.
In the summer?
I
Not
don't know,
really.
but I did find this wonderful picture around that time of October 2018 of John with a wig on saying konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa!
We shall have to include that one as
Oh,
well.
that's got to be on
Which
the
apartment
podcast.
is that? We've moved apartments. It looks like we're moving in because stuff's on the counter.
Yeah, that's
we
the-
just
Oh,
we just
wow.
moved into our last apartment.
Yes,
Wow.
yeah, because I
It's
remember.
become a
Yeah.
yearly tradition.
It has. Let's not do it again. Well, I mean, unless of course you guys find something really nice, because
We're hoping for a large tract of land in
You
a
need to-
remote place, but not too remote.
somewhere near Enumclaw.
Maybe. Sumner.
That's too far. Yeah, no, Enumclaw's too far out.
Yeah, in the wrong direction. Maybe Sumner.
In the wrong direction. It's in the wrong direction. We don't want to go.
This is February.
No offense to all of you residents of Enumclaw. It's a fine metropolis.
Relative to where family is located, it's
Sure.
the wrong direction.
Because your family lives in place where your family lives.
Not Enumclaw.
Not Enumclaw.
Which is a great name, by the way. Enumclaw.
It is. I like it. It sounds like a...
First name Enum, last name Claw.
It's like-
Dr. Enumclaw.
Enumclaw. It's like a Wolverine villain, you know. Hello there, Wolverine. It's me, your old buddy Enumclaw. Snick. But he's got like 7 claws in each.
Of course.
And he's got so many claws he can't cut anything because it distributes the weight too well and I can't cut anything. Wait a minute, you were Australian, now you're British. Shut up! I can change my nationality any way I want.
Well, aren't all Australians descendants of the Brits?
Yeah, more or less.
More or less.
More or
They'd
less.
probably say
they would scoff. if they
deny
were
it
to say, oh,
vehemently. Well, if I can't think of anything else that noteworthy happened this year,
nobody having it in the summer?
maybe we should conclude with some thoughts about next year.
Oh, okay. Well, we need to go back to May. I mean, that was my birthday.
All right, let's go back to May in the wibbly wobbly time machine. May.
May.
Did we celebrate your birthday, or did we just gloss over that?
I know. I think we probably glossed over it. I think I did. I can't remember what happened on my birthday.
Did we? I know some birthdays in the past we would go to Olive Garden, but I don't know if we did anything this year.
No, I think the cards didn't fall in the right place. I turned 49, and that's about it. My last age that starts with a 4. Now next year I turn 50.
We're gonna have to do something big.
It's
now.
I kind of 50 years. That's half a century on this planet. Something's gotta.
Do they call that over the hill?
I'm like Hank. You say I've been over the hill for many years now. Although I'm selling propane and propane accessories. No, I've been over the hill for many years now. I'm actually trying to go up the next one. Is the problem?
Is that 40? Which one's over the hill? Is that 40?
It probably changes.
Is there an actual?
Yeah, there's actually an age that's called over the hill. I think it's 50.
It might be 40, because I would think over the hill would be at the top of your life, and unless you live past 80, 40 is the middle. I mean, if you live past 80, and that's the men in my family are notoriously long-lived if they don't abuse themselves like my father did.
Smoke, drink, tobacco.
Yeah, he smoked way too much, and that's of course ended up killing him. It killed him, my mom, my sister, and my brother-in-law. But my doctor always told my dad if he hadn't smoked, he'd have lived into his 90s. Which this year, good grief, that's right. My dad turned Wait a minute, my dad was born in 25? Oh, good grief. Yeah, my dad's 90. My dad's 100th birthday is going to be next in 5 years. Because in 2025, my dad will have been born 100 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. It's freaky. So yeah, my dad's in his mid-90s, would have been in his mid-90s. But the sad thing is, it's possible he would have made it. And that still irks me a little bit, but, you know.
I think I don't remember too much about the earlier part of this year because we had a lot of ups and downs. Health issues, a death in the family. My grandfather passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Toward I forget which month, one of the March or May, somewhere in there. And it just sort of put a damper on things for quite a while.
Yeah, well...
A cloud of sorrow.
Sure.
So,
ooh, poetic.
I couldn't...
Cloud of Sorrow, another album title.
Oh, it seems like we should...
Blue Oyster Cult's Cloud of Sorrow.
Sounds like the Cult of Skaro.
The Cult of Skaro. You guys, I'm just attributing bands to this. If you guys have a better idea of a band, I don't want to monopolize the band talk.
I was just trying to figure out when we went down to Seattle.
Right.
Because it's not in here, but I know
that's
it was
when we went and saw. We had pictures for that too. There was Dorothy Gale's costume.
Yeah.
The Terminator. Which place was that? The science.
That was the science fiction.
So
Well,
I had the note 9, so that was 2000.
You mark time by the phone
by
releases.
which it well, you know, that's mark time by the best way you can. Well, because we went. At one point it was the Science Fiction Museum. It was the Science Fiction Museum and the EMP, the Experience Music Project.
It had to have been this year.
But now, I think it had to have been. But now the whole thing is just the Seattle Pop Culture Museum is what the whole thing is called.
I remember we had a huge mix-up about where we were going.
Where we were, and Andrew and I hiked all over that place looking for you guys.
You guys went exactly where you thought we were supposed to be.
Right.
And I thought we were going to the Pacific Science Center.
Right. So. I'd still like to go to the Pacific Science Center once, because I went there once to see the Dead Sea Scrolls were on display.
I think around the time, 2 years ago or something, they had all the Star Wars Episode 1 costuming.
My
cousin
cousin and I went to see that.
Okay, so you've been there.
I've been there. Well, no, this was at the.
That was the Pop Museum?
At the Pop McCullum.
Okay,
yeah,
well, here we go again.
Here we go again. It was there. Yeah, no, because I've done it. It's the it's Han Solo's costume, but I prefer to use it's Harrison Ford's Han Solo costume, and it still had pit stains underneath it. I mean, so I knew.
Man.
I knew.
Can you extract that pit juice?
I want to just go, take a wet towel and.
I
have Harrison Ford's perspiration.
DNA.
I'm gonna clone him.
Wow.
No. Harrison Ford's a little too grumpy. He's probably a sweet fella, but he just seems a little grumpy to clone. I think he's,
Well, maybe we should jump forward in time to the month we're in, December. We've got Star Wars coming up.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody here at this table is particularly enthralled.
I'm sorry to say it. Oh, but I do want to go on record as one thing. I don't mind them, I'm going to use the word distending the original trilogy into 3 more movies. But I'm tired of hearing people say, join us on this, the final chapter of the Skywalker saga. You know what the final chapter of the Skywalker saga was? When Luke saw Hayden Christensen, Yoda, and Alec Guinness staring at him all sparkly and spectrally. He smiled. Leia goes over, touches him on the shoulder. They all go back to their lives, and they live happily, underlined with words. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
He's emphatic.
I will calm down now. Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. I'm okay now.
Oh,
I just nearly
we
splashed
went
poor
to
Erica.
We went to the Science Center in February of 2019.
Oh, good. Yes, excellent.
It was.
Thank you, dear archivist, for your
I finally found it. Yeah.
for your non-ceasing efforts in our behalf.
I actually had to go through all my medical records because I remembered I had gotten an email from my doctor that day.
Good heavens! Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, there were a lot of
About things.
doctor appointments the first part of the year. So. I mean, we still hadn't really settled into the apartment we had at that point.
No.
Yeah.
What the hell? Sorry.
Right. Why? But anyway, before I threw the tea, I just want to say, no, the Skywalker saga ended in Return of the Jedi. This new distended placenta coming out of the back of a whale is not.
My goodness.
I'm sorry.
Bantha Fodar.
Bantha Poodoo, yes.
Okay, we'll do Poodoo.
Poodoo. And it's, again, I don't think they're bad movies necessarily. I don't think they're as bad as everybody makes them out to be, but they're not. The Star Wars saga ended. This is just Luke. At the end of this, Luke had better wake up and have Leia come walking in. Is everything okay, Luke? Yeah, I just had this dream that you had a son who was like a jerk, and I tried to train him.
I was a hermit,
and I tried to kill him for some reason. Well, if he's a jerk, you were okay. And it's like, oh my gosh, okay. All right, okay. Da 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 da.
And there was this girl that should have been my daughter, but was nobody's child.
Nobody's child.
Ooh, that's a great. Nobody's
Child. Nobody's Child. By Tom Petty and the an album by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
All right. Well, in 2020, we'll resume. We'll have another podcast, maybe.
Oh, sure.
Maybe Andrew will join us. Poor Andrew. We forgot to have moments of silence for him.
Okay. Moment of silence.
All right, here's the moment. Okay,
okay, we're done. Okay. Now, see, that was a moment on Mercury because day, a day is only 14 minutes long on Mercury or something like that.
You learn something every time.
No,
you
that's I made that up. but days
it may
are
not
fast.
be true.
It may not be true, but
something.
on Mercury, that was a moment of silence.
All right. Well, until next time, this is Jonathan Soulsbach signing off.
Oh, and Erica Silva. Bye.
She's relatively disinterested.
She's our archivist. She's busy during all these. And I guess
trying to find things we're talking about.
Right.
Okay?
And all right, I guess. To close this out, I am Sean Hastings, and you can, in the words of another guy who sounds just like me on another podcast, you can color us gone.
It's supposed to be the Star Wars. Anyway.
Anyway.